What's up, y'all? Shout out to everybody joining the lives. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wanted to tap in here real quick. I know it's a lot of people about to get ready if they're not already pre-gaming already. But wanted to tap in here real quick with y'all. We got 49er fans in here already, looks like. I heard that. All right. We got some Chiefs fans over here. On the web, this platform over here, we got a bunch of different type of fans over here. It's gonna be interesting, y'all. Look, I wanted to get in here and chop it up with y'all before y'all get started. We got Eagles fans up in here too. All right. It seems like a lot of people that want to rep their teams for whatever that's worth, right? I don't know what's going on with this person right here, but they're going really really hard about their teams. Look, y'all, wanted to pop in here real quick. We're on 6 different platforms right now. If you're new to my live, I go by Zabo103. This is going to be a very interesting live. Extremely for everybody that's straight up and down football fans, because things are not what they seem. Things are not what they seem. Peace and afternoon to y'all as well. I asked the question on all these different platforms that I'm on, and I'm on 6 different platforms right now. Like, who's your team? Right? What is your team? And who is the person you rooting the hardest for? And I knew I would get the reaction that I wanted from it, right? And we have a lot of people that are like, oh man, diehard fans when it comes to football teams. And any sports for that matter, because people are sport fanatics. And ain't that wrong with that, right? But let me just say this. Let me make myself very clear when I say this, because I have so many people that were asking me, hey man, you gonna do some type of event at your house today for the Super Bowl? I'm like, no. Well, I'm having an event at my house. You want to come by? No. I don't care nothing about no football. I don't care nothing about no basketball. I don't care nothing about no baseball. I don't care nothing about none of it. Like, I'm not into sports like I used to be. Before, you could not tell me nothing about the Atlanta Falcons. And I know what people gonna say. They suck. They not good. They gonna say all these different things. And I was a diehard Atlanta Falcon fan. Diehard. This home that I purchased right here that I'm in right now, I'm not gonna tell you the person name because I don't want to do that. He was a retired Atlanta Falcons player. One of the reasons that I purchased it. Think about what I'm saying, y'all. Then reality started to sink in. And I started to ask myself questions like, how is it possible that you know all of Michael Vick's stats, Andre Rison stats? How do you know all these players' stats and you don't know your own? I started paying attention to the things that were going on behind the scenes, because I would go up to Flowery Branch, y'all, and go to the Falcons practice and just sit up there and watch them boys practice. I knew a couple of the players. It used to blow my mind how I don't know, amazed I was at the type of talents that these people had. And I was telling to them my day, you know the story everybody tell you. Man, I could ball. I've been 6'3" since I was in middle school. I stopped growing. That was crazy. I was a center when I was in the 8th grade. Middle school basketball, balling. I've been 6'3" the whole time. I never forget my coach told me, If you want to play professional, you need to go ahead and play football. And I said, I don't want to play no football. I was good at it. I was a real dope tight end. And in my day, you didn't find a tight end that was 6'3". You might find a tight end that was like 5'2" or something like that. But finding a tight end that was my height, I'm in my office. But finding a tight end that was my height with my speed, I ran a 4.4 flat. I was super fast. I ran track. I ran the 100 meters. I did the 4x1. They had me at the first leg or the last, if that gives you an idea. Think about what I'm saying, y'all. He told me, you need to play football. I was like, I ain't doing it. I just didn't want to. And I started to realize, like how much of a sports fanatic that I was. I was in deep in. Appreciate the stuff. I was like diehard. You couldn't tell me nothing. People like, how long have you been a Falcon fan? I'd be like, ever since Buckhead Brent was on the bench. We used to call him Buckhead Brent. Brent Favre. A lot of people don't even know that Brent Favre used to play for the Atlanta Falcons. But Brent Favre, man, I was like, man, they need to give him a shot, man. Maybe he gonna be good. But he wasn't that good back then. Think about that for a second. As I got older, I started thinking, man, I'm going to every Falcons game, every Hawks game, every Braves game. I'm tailgating. I'm doing the whole 9 yards. I spent a bunch of money, y'all. A bunch of money on these teams. And what I realized was, being Atlanta Falcons fans and any Atlanta sports outside of the Braves, they never win in those Super Bowls. They never win in the championship. The Braves won the World Series, right? I used to be heartbroken every year when the Falcons played the New England Patriots. I'm probably about to tear up right now. I appreciate you, B-Fam. When they played the New England Patriots, appreciate your family. That 28-3 made my heart hurt. Oh, it made my heart hurt. I was upset. I was hurt. I said to myself, I will never watch another Falcons game ever again in life. That's how angry I was. Because in my mind, I said, this has to be rigged. The first half, they were going in. The second half, how they get stopped? They didn't have an answer for nobody. It was awful, y'all. I started my journey and I started saying to myself, I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to focus on my last name. I'm going to focus on my stats. I'm going to focus on my stats. That's what I started focusing on. And then a light bulb went off in the midst of all of this. There's only two people during every game that always win. And that was the owner. When I realized that the owners win every single game, it blew my mind. What's up, family? I said to myself, here I was all this time, losing my mind, arguing with people, about to come to blows with people over my team that I did not own. I can be on the live right now, and I got people in 6 different platforms right now that's going in on me about their team. And the reality of it is, you don't own a team. Think about that. When you own a team, that's when you should start going hard. Arthur Blanks wins every game. He even winning when they don't have a game. Think about what I'm saying. These same people that are diehard sports fans, I guarantee you, not only can they not tell you who the owner of their team is, they can't tell you what the owner of that team did before they became the owner. What type of business was this owner in to acquire $1 billion team? Make it make sense. This is just my theory, y'all. So when I ask the question, or I say, it's Super Bowl, who's your team? I'm trying to figure out which team do you own, people? If you don't own no team, just enjoy the entertainment for what it is. Don't blow your money and lose your mind over an event that realistically you not benefit from it at all. Fellas, shout out to y'all. I gotta give you a hard time because we gotta look at ourselves first. You'll commit to a football team, to a basketball team, to a baseball team before you commit to a significant other. You will commit to your favorite player. Ain't never met the person before in your life before you commit to making a change in your life that's going to help your bloodline forever. Ladies, I'm sorry, y'all ain't exempt either, but I ain't a woman, so I can't talk to y'all about that. Think about what I'm saying, y'all. You're committed to know all these stats versus committing yourself to understand, to stop spending your money on that nonsense and going out buying you some land. You spend on average between tailgating and going to game thousands of dollars every single year. I know when I was going to these tailgating events for the Falcons, I was spending almost $7,000-8,000 a year between sports. You know how much land I could have been acquiring back then? You know how big my life insurance policy could have been back then? Make it make sense, y'all. Make it make sense to me. So when I see grown people represent these teams that they don't own, and the only thing they do own is a social media platform, it hurts, y'all. It hurts. Think about what I'm saying, y'all. It's all distractions. Imagine you running around today. You're about to go get your wings. You're about to go get your fries. You're about to go get your celery sticks, your ranch. Might even go on up there to and get you some lemon pepper corn from Wingstop. You done spent $200-300 on food for one event. You ain't gonna get no return on that investment at all. Well, I'm gonna gamble today. I'm gonna bet on my team. You gonna bet on your team to do what? To win? That's cute. The bottom line, what I'm saying, boys and girls, is simply this. Don't play yourself for other people's last name. You're playing yourself out of your position that you could be in for somebody else's last name, and you do it all the time. I was guilty of it. Growing up, who was the last name to remember? Jordan. Dick was the man coming up. Jerry Rice. LeBron James. Kobe. Think about what I'm saying, y'all. Meanwhile, you walking around with another grown man name on the back of your shirt other than yours. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So you will make money investing on your team, accumulate more money. The money that you're betting that you're gonna make off of betting on sports, which is gambling, it ain't gonna put you in retirement. It ain't gonna give your bloodline no head start on life. Name me one person that you can think of that then gave their bloodline a head start on life by betting on sports. I'll wait. I'm listening. Make this stuff make sense, y'all. Ownership is the key. The owners are the only ones that's winning, y'all. Everybody else going to work. You say being consistent. All I'm trying to get you to understand, boys and girls, is there is a blueprint out here for you to win. But you're too busy playing around until other people things, working for somebody else's last name and not your own. And that's the part that's scary. I get it. Family. You might be right. Let me ask you a question, family. Wolf of all sports, shout out to you. Tomorrow is Monday. Super Bowl is over. Because you're taking your money right now. You're investing your money. You call it investment. Betting. That's amazing. What is it that you do for a living to get the money to bet? Just curious. It's just a question. And before you answer it, I'm coming from a place of love. This is a safe place, and everybody welcome. What kind of clients do you have? Just curious. That was vague. What kind of clients do you have? What do you do for a living? Is the question. Hopefully it's legal. If it's not legal, don't mention it on here, because we law-abiding citizens on here. But if it's legal, what is it that you do for a living? Curious. All I'm trying to get people to understand is, what's up, family? Trying to get people to understand is this. Okay, that's cool. All I'm trying to get people to understand is this. Stop putting so much effort into other people's last name, people. Please. It's just a product for you to buy. If you're going to stay being a consumer your whole life, hey, have fun. I'm not mad at you. But don't beat yourself over the head when you realize you're not getting the results that you're supposed to be getting. That's what's scary about this conversation right now. Say crypto. Oh, no, we good, fam. See, most people are trying to get rich quick. We're talking about getting wealthy for sure. We're not talking about possibly getting wealthy. That ain't the goal. The goal is never to gamble. Because the reality of it is, let me not say that. Let me say this instead. If you want to win in life, you got to be very deliberate with the things that you do. And as a person that worked at Bank of America for 20 years as an executive without a college degree who made a couple $100,000 a year, to leaving the bank, retiring when I made a couple $100,000 a month, went from working 2,400 hours a year to last year working 57 hours to this year working 0 hours. I laugh when I hear people with these mysterious things that they claim work. Everything is not a gamble, family. Not even close. And that's the part that's scary. But I get it. You got the answer. All I can tell you is this. When you know the things that I've learned and the things I've been sharing on these platforms for the last 56 weeks straight for free, you understand there are two things on this planet that's going to give you a guaranteed return on investment every time you invest in it. And that's the part that's scary. But most people won't ever be able to wrap their brain around that because they've been conditioned to think something differently. When I sit back sometimes and I think about all the different things that I've done in my life, and then I think about what I do today, it's heartbreaking. Because I know there's so many other people out there that's doing the things that I used to do. And I'm not perfect. Oh man. I don't know what's going on with this guy. Oh, you promote your stuff. Let me ask you a question. Wolf of All Sports, right? And I'm just curious. Wolf of All Sports on TikTok is giving us some gambling bets, right? He's a risk taker or she's a risk taker. Wolf of All Sports said they got a team of people that do this stuff, which I think is amazing. Why is that team of people not following you? I'm just curious. No. I ain't worried about that. The people in here are grown. They do what they want to do. I'm sure you have 63 followers on TikTok. And ain't nothing wrong with it because followers don't mean nothing. But I'm curious. All this stuff that you're doing that we're calling a gamble, that you think is just a gamble, where are all this team of people that's following your lead right now? That's just a real question because I'm curious. Because it's not about followers, it's about results. And when you get results, okay. I can't do it. I know. I tried, y'all. My mods, y'all did a good job by not kicking them. But I tried, y'all. People silly. I'm not bashing you if you like sports. I'm giving you a reality check because the reality is this. After the game go out tonight, you still got to get up and go to work in the morning. When the Super Bowl ends and whichever team wins, whether it's your team or someone's the other team, it does not matter. When the game go off, you still got to get up and go to work in the morning. The only people that have won in the Super Bowl, it ain't even the players. They just employees. They got a nice salary, right? But they just employees, y'all. The owners are the only ones that's winning. I don't understand why people don't get that in their head. You're not winning anything. The person that's on the field ain't winning. They at work. They doing the same thing you do. That's the part that's crazy about what I'm sharing, y'all. And if you can't wrap your brain around that, hey, live your life to the fullest. Do what you do. I'm just telling you from a place of experience. It blew my mind being down, meeting Arthur Blanks. That was a part of the process of changing my life. I was a diehard Falcon fan. I'm telling you, I was at the practice all the time. Meeting Arthur Blanks, understand what he did with Home Depot shifted my mindset. He wasn't the first person to inspire me, but he was a person that added to the equation. Think about that for a second. The person that inspired me was a person named Tom Cousins. Tom Cousins. He was the person that inspired me. People don't even know who Tom Cousins is. He's the other T in TNT, the network station. Ted Turner and Tom Cousins. He owns Grady Hospital. He was the person that brought the Atlanta Falcons, the Braves, the Hawks to Atlanta. He was the owner. Think about what I'm saying. I had that inspiration all the way back then. It didn't click because my brain wasn't fully developed at that time. I understood even back then without even knowing that the owners was the ones that was winning. Right now, today, the owners are winning. So why are you trying to stay a consumer? Why not become an owner so that you can do all the things that you love to do? That's the part that's scary, y'all. All this other stuff is just an illusion. You can't even begin to wrap your brain around this ownership conversation until you start to understand when you seeing your favorite player on the team jet. They ain't got their own private jet they flying. They flying on the team jet. The owner's jet. When they family comes out and they not sitting in the family and friends sections, where are they sitting? In the owner's box. Think, y'all. As a grown man, I can say I was guilty of playing into this, y'all. All I'm trying to get you to understand is that when you know better, you need to do better. When you know better, you need to do better. It's amazing to me the gifts that all of us have. All of us have a gift. Think about that. Am I against Mayweather betting on sports? I'm not against anybody betting on anything. I don't care who you are. That's your business. You grown. But here's what I do know. Here's what I 100% know for a fact. And it's just me. And I could be wrong. If we're just gonna do some simple things here, right? Mayweather is the man when it comes to personal sports, making money, making moves. I guarantee you, if Mayweather was doing what, I don't know, a Grant Cardone was doing, investing his money into real assets, Mayweather would be a multi-billionaire right now. Forget having shares of a building, for having part ownership of a club, or being a face of different products. He'll be a multi-billionaire right now in real life. And there will be no way for him to blow his money. That's the part that's scary. You got to see the forest from the trees. There are things that we do currently today because we think this is the way that it happened. Y'all, let me explain something to y'all. And let me make myself clear when I say this. What's up, family? What's up, MC? Mike in the building. Let me make myself clear when I say this. I could be wrong, but that's just me. All of these people that we think are doing different things, they're getting paid to influence you to do it. If you think Money Mayweather is sitting back gambling his money away, then you got caught. They're paid to influence you by saying what they do because they know you're going to emulate it. That's the truth. But nobody hears that. It sucks. It sucks. You think about what's going around right now. Wildfire right now. You got to get yourself a bunker. It's a product to sell you. What part of that y'all don't understand? You are a consumer. Okay. Let me just put it out here, right? Let me put this out here, right? Let me just say this, right? Because I want to make sure we are on the same page. I want to make sure we all on the same page. It's just me, right? How many people ever heard the saying about Vegas, the house always wins? Put a 1 in the chat if you've heard the saying that the house always wins in Vegas. Just put a 1 in the chat. I just want to see something. I could be wrong, but put a 1 in the chat if you've already heard. If you've always heard that. Okay, we got a bunch of 1s in the chat. How is it possible that they're telling you that they're always going to win, but you keep giving them your money? Make that make sense for me. This is the part that blows my mind. Okay. Let me just ask another question. How many people agree with this statement? If you agree with this next statement, put a 1 in the chat. If I say I got a secret, would you know? If I told you I had a secret, and I ain't telling nobody, it's a secret. That means nobody knows because it's a secret, right? Maybe I'm missing it. So if that's the case, boys and girls, if that's the case, if that is the case, why would somebody know I got a secret bunker? It ain't a secret if you know about it, right? One would have to think that maybe, just maybe, I want you to know about this secret bunker so you can go purchase you one. This is what influencers do, y'all. Okay. Let me give some real reality. Shout out to DJ Envy. DJ Envy was the face of this situation when it came to being a real estate guru. Investing your money into this real estate fund so you can build generational wealth. And then when it hit the fan, the first thing he said is, well, I never purchased anything. I had one deal that I lost money on too. He was influencing you to do it. Think, y'all. What part of this game y'all don't get? Or you just willingly want to be confused? And for the grown man on my live right now, I ain't gonna call your name out because I don't want to give you no credit, and I ain't gonna blast you right now because I don't want to blast you. I don't think that's right. But let me just say this: listen, men do what they want, and boys do what they can. And I'm a grown ass man, just like I would expect you to be a grown ass man. So let me say this: if you think for 1 second that you're going to create mysteriously this thing called generational wealth by gambling, have fun. I don't know no one that has created real wealth by gambling. Not one person. You can be the anomaly. But while you have this dream of being the anomaly that's going to create all this wealth for your bloodline, answer this question for me. What's up, family? Answer this question for me. Do you got to go to work in the morning? Do you have to go to work in the morning? I know the answer, yes. Being that the answer is yes, being that the answer is yes, guess what? How can you convince yourself to do something that's counterproductive to you? You just sat here and you were one of the people that put the ones in the chat that said the house always wins. You've heard it. Think about that. Think about that for a second. You said you'll enjoy that and make your $200. Hey, have fun. But for $200, just a thought, I could be wrong. $200 is roughly about, let's say you did 200 a month. Ain't a lot of bread, right? $2,400 a year. $2,400 a year. What if I took that $200 a month and put it into a whole life insurance policy? It's getting compound interest on that $200 every single month, tax-free. I'm going to say it again. That $2,400 a year that I'm putting into this whole life insurance policy is getting compound interest on that money every single month, tax-free. So who am I going to bet on? Am I going to bet on the Chiefs? Am I going to bet on the 49ers? Or am I going to bet on myself? So cryptocurrency is faster if you know what you're doing. I get it. Well, let me ask you the question. Because I ain't got nothing against nobody that do whatever they want to do as long as it's legal. Do you? How much money have you made in cryptocurrency? 2023. How much money did you generate last year in cryptocurrency? And don't tell me you're in the holding period. Because everybody tell me they're in the holding period. How much money did you pull out from a profit perspective on your cryptocurrency last year? I'm listening. It ain't just got to be you. It can be anybody that's doing cryptocurrency. Speak for yourself, though. Don't tell me about somebody you know. Tell me what you have done. How much money you generated last year in 2023 off your cryptocurrency profit, what you can pay your bills with. I'm listening. Over 50,000? Congratulations. The average median income in America right now is $57,000 a year. I'm going to say it again. The average or the median income in America right now is $57,000. Think, y'all. Think. That's a good point. You're not supposed to cash your cryptocurrency out because you miss out on half of your profit, 100%. So what money do you use to pay your bills? You still got to get a job? That don't make no sense. So you telling me I made 50 grand in cryptocurrency last year. I ain't pulling my money out because I don't want to get that 50% tax. I'm going to pull it out a different way to make sure I can get all that 50 grand. But in the meantime, I still got bills I got to pay. So I still got to work. That math don't math to me. Think about what I'm saying, y'all. Nobody hears this stuff because when people say this stuff, they don't tend to say it out loud to understand exactly what they're saying. They're not making sense out of this stuff. Think about what I shared at the very beginning of this live. I worked at Bank of America for 20 years as an executive without a college degree, made a couple $100,000 a year. I retired and left Bank of America when I made my yearly salary in a month. We're not talking about cryptocurrency. We're not talking about betting. Think about what I'm saying, y'all. You're not trying to get rich or wealthy quick. You're trying to do it for sure. You're trying to get there guaranteed. Think about what I'm saying. Think about what I'm sharing with you. Imagine last year for 2023. Last year I worked 57 hours last year. This year I've worked 0. And I'm on target to hit my target for this year, working 0 hours for the full fiscal year of 2024. Think about what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying. Most people can't begin to understand the stuff that I'm talking about because they get mad when I start talking about numbers. For me to say, in 2023, we generated 8 figures. How many people you know generated 8 figures in 1 year? I'll wait. I'm listening. Nobody hears this stuff because people think they know something and they ain't got a clue. I hop on this live today because I want people to understand y'all can do this stuff. You just got to stop being silly, y'all. And ain't no disrespect to nobody. I know I get passionate and all that other stuff, but let me be clear, y'all. You got to stop being silly with the nonsense, y'all. Here's the reality. Why are you going out to get money, y'all? Money ain't real. We know this. It ain't about money. We know that. But what reasons are you really going to get money right now? To do what? To cover your basic needs. You got to have a roof over your head, food in your mouth, clothes on your back. That's why you're going to get money. Everything else outside of it is just things that you want. We know this. So if I got to trade my money for food, water, shelter, clothes on your back, obviously, right? That's why I got to trade my money for. Why not just go get those things instead of going to get the money just to trade it for it? Take your money and go get the things that you need. And then start providing those things that your bloodline gonna need so they don't have to worry about stressing about, I gotta learn how to day trade. I gotta learn how to do crypto. I gotta learn how to bet on the game. So when they decide they want to do something, it's just for pure pleasure. Get them a head start. This is what this stuff is about, y'all. I laugh sometimes when I hear people say things about this is a better way to do it. And then they start off with gambling. No, I ain't gambling. I'm doing what the banks do. I'm doing what the wealthy people do. I'm not worried about what they saying they do. I'm not worried about what they saying they do. I can care less about what the banks say they do, what they tell y'all should do. I can care less about what these wealthy people tell y'all to do. They're owners and they're trying to keep you in a consumer space. Of course, they're going to tell you to put your money in all these different places because it's a product that they're selling. Think. Think. When I started looking at how these multi-trillion-dollar companies, banks, multi-trillion-dollar wealthy people. I'm talking about, I didn't say billions, I said trillionaires. When I start looking at these trillionaires and seeing that they putting their money into properties and policies, all this other stuff that they telling y'all they do is just to sell you the product because they get a check to influence you to do this stuff. That's the truth. And people will fight me tooth and nail and say, that ain't what they do. Okay, so that means you're doing what they do. You should get the same results, right? Because I'm actually doing what they do and I'm getting the results. You're doing what they say and you're not getting the results because you've been told that you're waiting for something to happen. How long you gonna wait? No, I don't do no partnership, family. The only partner I got is my wife. Think, y'all. So let me help you understand something. First thing first. If you are a person that's generating income right now, I don't care if you are doing crypto, I don't care if you're doing regular stocks, I don't care if you're driving box truck, I don't care if you have a regular 9 to 5, I don't care if you work security, I don't care if you have a convenience store, you selling whatever it is that you do for a living to generate money, as long as it's legal, you're in the perfect place to do what I'm talking about, y'all. And let me go on and pull the shoe off and up under you, so you're not thinking this. Let me just say this: there is no click the link in the bio. There is no sign up for no coaching program. Ain't no course coming. It's just free information, y'all. Oh no, you good, family. You good. So think about this. Just think about this for a second. Wrap your brain around what I'm about to say. What you do for a living right now, no matter what it is, put that energy into yourself. Ask yourself some very simple questions. The people that you're doing this stuff for, your spouse, your kids, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your uncle, your cousin, your auntie, whoever you doing this for, the people that you say you care about and love the most, what is it that they want from you? Ask yourself that question. What is it that these people want from you? The answer is going to be the same no matter who it is, y'all. The answer is always going to be they want your time. Once you realize that, ask yourself another question. Have you been giving them all the time that you possibly can give them? What do I mean by that? Are you spending time with other people outside of the people that you care about and love the most? Can you say let me give you an example. If you work a job and you work 40 hours a week, you spend more time at work than you do with the people in your house. That's just the truth. Because between you traveling to work, getting to work, traveling home, cooking, getting the kids situated, or doing the other things that you're supposed to do, you going to sleep to get up and do it all over again. You spend more time with the people at your job than the people that you do in your house. If you self-employed, you're working 50, 60 hours a week. That's probably minimal. You spend more time with your customers than you do with the people in your house. If you're day trading or you're doing cryptocurrency, You spend more time looking at a computer screen than you do with the people that you say you care about and love in your house. So if you know this, what you have to wrap your brain around is, how do I generate income in a way to where I can spend all my time with the people that I care about and love the most? That's the blueprint, y'all. This is how you win. It's mind blowing to me that the only time I really pop on social media and do these lives, my wife might be like, "Babe, you should go live for a little while." She the one that really encouraged me to start going live and sharing this information. But I'm with my wife and my kids all day, all night. When my kids go to sleep, I'm the last person they see. When they wake up, I'm the first person they see. Think about what I'm saying. This is how you're going to win, y'all. You win by putting the people that you care about and love the most first. When you put them first, you're going to realize that time is the key. Money is a byproduct of having time. Because your brain is going to start operating to understand the only purpose of money is to make money. So if the only purpose of money is to make money, you're going to put your money to work so you don't have to. So only thing I'm trying to get you to understand is to think. Think about how you've been buying all these different products, being a consumer your whole life. Everything is based around consumership. That's the truth. So how do you get on the other side to become an owner? That's where the magic happens. When you at work, and I've said this 100 million times on my live, and I'm gonna say this to the people that are working. What exactly are you doing? You're interacting with a consumer. It don't matter what that consumer look like. It can be a person. It can be a digital number on the screen. It can be whatever. But you're interacting with a consumer. You're getting money from a consumer somehow, y'all. Think about this for a second. When you're trading, for all my people that trade, I don't care if it's crypto, I don't care what it is. You're purchasing that stock or that cryptocurrency at the lowest amount possible that you think at some point is going to go to a certain number so you can make your profit, right? And sometimes you just let it sit because you have the belief that at some point it's going to get higher. In order for you to make money, somebody has to lose money. Y'all do understand this stuff, right? And I could be wrong. I don't know everything. But if I buy shares of something and I buy it at this low price, and then everybody in mama jump on the bandwagon after me to push it up, and when they get to this number, right, these people that bought at the top is where I'm taking my money out. They're trapped until it goes up again. But as long as it's going down, they screwed. Let me give you an example of what I mean. I bought Bitcoin when it was at $6,000. I still have it. Still to this day. I stopped trading crypto because I got tired of gambling. But I still have Bitcoin to this day that I paid $6,000 a share for. Even when it got all the way up to damn near $70,000, I was gonna pull out, but I said it's going to 100,000. I just need to wait till the next bull run happen. It's gonna happen. Even right now, sitting pretty on that crypto, on that Bitcoin. I ain't never gonna touch it. It's just gonna sit. So what does that mean? I put my money in there, $6,000 a share, and that money is just sitting in there because I ain't doing nothing with it. Because in my mind, at some point, it's going to 100,000. Think about what I just said. Meanwhile, even when I had it when it was at $6,000, I still had to work to pay my bills. I bought a product, y'all. I was being a consumer. I still got AT&T stock. I like AT&T stock because they give you $4 per share from a dividend perspective. So every single year, I get my little dividends every quarter, like clockwork. Where the stock going up and down, I get my dividends every quarter. Think about what I'm saying. Think about what I'm saying, y'all. Here's the point that I'm making, y'all. That $6,000 a share, $70,000 that I spent back then buying crypto, I could have easily, for that $70,000, bought me 10 acres of land, 35 minutes outside of Atlanta, right now today, and paid 70 grand for it. This was what, over 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago? That property today will easily be worth $300,000, $400,000 right now today. Had I been putting it into a whole life insurance policy, just over time putting that 70 grand in there, that 70 grand will already be 100 grand. Already. Think about what I'm saying. This is the part that's scary about what I'm talking about, y'all. I need y'all to use common sense. Because you're hoping and praying for something to happen. How long have you been doing this? What's up, family? Happy Sunday. How long have you been doing what you're doing? Has what you've been doing, has it happened for you already? Think about that for a second. You got a job. You've been on your job for 10 years. At some point, you're going to be able to retire. That point ain't came yet. You got your own business. You grinding. You doing what you do. At some point, I'm going to make my first $1 million. It ain't happened yet. You day trading. You doing your crypto. I'm going to become a millionaire doing this. Have you became a millionaire yet? How long have you been doing it? When are the results going to happen, y'all? Think. Here's what I know, y'all. And I'm gonna get up off here in a little bit. But here's what I know. And it's just me. I could be wrong. But here's what I know based off of the results. When I was making a couple $100 grand a year at Bank of America, I thought I was a big dog. I really did. When I started investing my money into these big old whole life insurance policies, I'm not talking about $250,000, $2 million. I'm talking about like $5, $10 million. It opened my eyes to something different. When I started buying land and started realizing that you make money when you buy land, not when you sell it. Land is the only thing on this planet that I've seen that only goes up in value and don't go up and down, which means you're getting a guaranteed return on your investment. That's when that wealth thing for me changed. That right there made me go from a place of, hey, I got enough money, wealth, which I used to call wealth, to make sure my kids gonna have a head start. 2, everybody in my bloodline for the next 1,000 years gonna have a head start on life based off of those 2 decisions that I made. That's a scary thought. 13,100 and 22 more days left on this planet. Oh man, that shut down on me. I gotta charge that. Think about what I just said. Every tree on that 242 and a half acres of land that we own right now today, I'm figuring out and I'm processing it. I'm learning very slowly, but I'm processing it right now to where every tree that's on my land, I'm understanding which person in my bloodline is going to feed. I don't think people can wrap their brain around what I just said. This stuff that I'm talking about, I'm not guessing no more. I'm not hoping no more. I'm understanding that it's going to happen. And I'm putting dates on it. I'm not waiting to see if an algorithm make the decision that I'm guessing it to make. I'm saying to myself, hey, if 1 + 1 = 2 for the rest of the world, what happens when you start to understand 1 + 1 = 1 billion? What happens when you start to understand that? What happens when what you used to think was money becomes pennies? Today is Sunday, February the 11th, 2524. Between them 9 businesses that I'm a member of, today is 5 o'clock right now. Those 9 different businesses already generated 6 figures today, just in less than 24 hours. What are we talking about? This is the part where I'm trying to get people just to look. You got to be disciplined. Stop gambling, y'all. Stop bragging about all these other people, things that they got going on, and you not benefiting from it. Start to get an understanding that you got the same ability as everyone else. This is where the rubber meets the road, y'all. This is where the rubber meets the road. So when I say things like, hey, there's one person in your entire bloodline that's going to be able to change your bloodline life. It may not be you. I really mean that. There's only one person. It might not be you, and that's okay. But whoever that person is, you better love on that person and support that person so they can change your bloodline life. That's the truth. That's the 100% truth. Can't even make that up if I wanted to. So what is it that I'm saying? Stop spending your money on nonsense. Start putting your money into places where you're going to get a guaranteed return on investment. Put your money into those 3 places. Basic living expenses. The biggest whole life insurance policy you can afford. Why? Because your health is your wealth. Let me finish the statement. The healthier you are, the bigger the insurance policy you can get. Think. The last place is land. Why? They're not making no more. You make the money when you buy land, not when you sell it. 242 and a half acres of land. We got 100 acres of pecan trees that we didn't plant it. We got our second check from it. It's from a whole nother country. They buying it. We ain't selling no pecan pies. They buying it for the shell and the oil on the pecan. People can't wrap their brain around what I'm talking about because you ain't heard it. You have no clue. I'm trying to work it out right now with the closing attorney out in Mississippi because in the next 34 days, We're going to be closing on 1,157 acres of land that we just want to offer on. How many people you know doing that? I'll wait. And I'm not going to do a social media blast so people say, "Ooh, they bought that much land." Who cares? Think. And I'm going to continue taking y'all on this journey because I want y'all to understand it's a big world out here, y'all. Take it from me. I done did some of everything, y'all. I didn't scalp tickets before. In 1996, I want to say that was, we were scalping Super Bowl tickets down in San Diego. $5,000 for the 50-yard line. Don't let Cats or Avon and Ailey come to the Fox. It's a wrap. I had a rolling dumpster business. Imagine that. You know them construction sites, you be seeing them dumpsters. I only was paying like $300-400 for used dumpsters. Take them to the construction site, and every time I had to dump it, I was charging. I had an ATM business, put ATMs in the clubs, gas stations, all over the place. I had a hair vending machine. You wanted some synthetic hair? Or you wanted that, let me not get into that. I don't want to tell on myself. I used to own a barbershop. I don't know how to cut no hair. I didn't wholesale properties before. I didn't play it in the cryptocurrency world before. What I'm trying to get people to understand is I'm not talking about what I think. I'm talking about what I do. It's a big difference, boys and girls. I used to always hear people say, "Hey, you should look at this person because this person's doing this." And I'm like, "Oh, let me go look at this person." And when I did that, it led me to one thing every single time: buying a damn course. Buying a course. How many courses have you bought that didn't work for you? I'll wait. Any and every course you can think of, I didn't pay for and bought and ain't got no results from it. Because I was paying people to think for me. And when you pay people to think for you, you're going to lose. That's the truth. It ain't no other way around it. It blows my mind sometimes. No disrespect to any coaches on my live, because I know coaches be getting on there, but I lost $90,000 to a coach. I will never pay anyone else in my life to think or research for me ever again in life. It ain't happening. Especially when I'm looking at the contract of all the things that this coach supposed to do for me, and I'm saying, why this coach didn't do this? How do you do this? And I look at it and figure out it's free. Think, y'all. Think about what I'm saying. Think. To fast forward to the day, almost 4 months ago now, I sat in a room with 25 other landowners. Most of them didn't look like me. We spent 3 hours talking about livestock. These cats in here got 100,000 acres, 500,000 acres, 200,000 acres, and when none of them Bill Gates. These cats here talking about how they making $500,000 a day on one stream of income. You think I care about these pennies that we talking about, y'all? Think. People don't understand. They spend all their life when the reality of it is, if you just start doing what these wealthy people do and start doing what these banks do, you're going to get the same results, y'all. You don't need a course. It's all public information. You know how mind blown I was when I would see people like Bill Gates, the richest person alive, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bernard Arnault, Carlos, all these different people, Warren Buffett, they the richest people alive. You know how mind blown I was when I came into the understanding of Lord Jacob Rothschild being worth $500 trillion and he ain't never been on the list and he alive and well? Think. Think about what I'm saying. Most people can't wrap their brain around this stuff. And I played that game before, and that's why I haven't really responded to the message that you're putting up, family. And no disrespect to you, but I played that game with, you know, I don't really want to say it because I don't want to get in trouble on these lives. But let me just say this: I almost got 30 years, and luckily, I was blessed enough not to get in any trouble at all because it was my ignorance helped me out. But let me just say, I ain't met a person yet that didn't put their social security number on the back of a bill and paid no bill with their social security number. I ain't met a person yet that did it. That's just me. Everybody I know that's been preaching that and they've been telling me how to do it, and I was studying that hard. And I can tell you, family, they always selling the course. So I could be wrong. All I'm saying is I'm an American and I'm a law-abiding citizen. I ain't never been nowhere else. My ancestors ain't never been nowhere else. I'm right here. It just is what it is. What I'm saying is it's so much easier to do it the other way. It's so much easier just to be more responsible and be more deliberate on where you put your money. That's the truth. You telling me I was live on TikTok and we went about 3 acres of this. What I got on my back? What you got on your back? We bought 3 acres of this for less than 100 grand and turned it into 7 figures in less than 2 months. I ain't seen nothing out here in this world that you can do faster than that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. People can't wrap their brain around things that I'm sharing. Why? They don't know. I met my dad when I was, let me start saying I met my dad when I was 21. Let me make it plain. I got to know my father when I was 21 years old. I ain't had no silver spoon in my mouth. I just did. My mom was on drugs from when I was 3 years old till I was 16. God rest her soul. She got clean for the last 50 years of her life. Became a registered nurse, got her own nursing home. She was a powerful woman. And the one thing my mama always told me was, baby, in every problem, there's a prophet. That's what she used to say to me. I was a kid when she said this to me. In every problem, there's a prophet. And then the next morning, my Super Nintendo was gone. Oh, no sound? Hold on. I think my Bluetooth must have kicked in. Let me wait till my TikTok family get back up. I think that's TikTok. My other couple of platforms, if y'all still with me, shout it out. TikTok family, y'all back up. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me and y'all back up. Testing. Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Testing, testing. All right, it's on. But it was bad, y'all. My dad, who I got to know at 21. At 21, I got to know my pops. Keep in mind, I ain't ashamed of it. My mom was on drugs from when I was 3 to I was 16. She got clean for the last 50 years of her life. God rest her soul. What she shared with me was, in every problem, there's a prophet. And like I just said, the next morning, my Super Nintendo was gone. My mom became a registered nurse. And then she got her own nursing home that she owned it. She did her thing. Coming from where she came from. Keep in mind, I'm a kid going through this stuff. I don't know my pops like that. But it made me do things as a kid that I would have. You can't imagine. For those that live in Georgia, I'm gonna say something, and hopefully y'all with me. If you, this probably tell my age a little bit. and I don't really care about that. But my old, not my projects, but the projects we were raised in was called Little Vietnam. That was the nickname. The nickname of the projects that we were raised in was called Little Vietnam. I want y'all to put that in perspective. You can Google it or YouTube Little Vietnam, and the apartment complex that I was raised in will pop up, called East Lake Meadows. Think about what I just said. That's a scary thought. Why do I share this story? I share this story is because I'm just going to build up to it. The things that I had to go through as a kid, me, my brother, and my sister, the things that I had to witness, you wouldn't even be able to imagine. 5 years old. My best friend, 4 years old. Drive-by come by. He get hit in the leg. I had to dive on top of him. I'm 5. I don't think people wrap their brain around this stuff. I can remember me, my brother, my cousins riding from East Lake Meadows we went down Glenwood, all the way to Keller Road, all the way to South DeKalb Mall. We were 6. I was 6 years old. I can remember catching a bus at 5, 6, 7 years old from our projects to Little 5 Points downtown. Can you imagine your 5-year-old catching a bus by themselves? Getting on the train by themselves? Going to all these different places by themselves? I can remember walking up to Wayfield Foods, bagging grocery, and then walking up to the Amoco, pumping people gas for money, and then stopping by Miss Ann and Miss Ann giving me a ghetto burger. I can remember that. I can remember walking over to Kirkwood, to the barbershop over there at Mr. Langford. I'm 6, 7 years old, y'all. I don't think people understand. Why am I sharing this? When I think about the fears that hold grown people back today, I am certain you can pull on all these different things that you've been through in your life that's way more fearful than just starting your little business. Way more fearful than I gotta figure out if I wanna get me a LLC or do me a S Corp or do me a C Corp. Think. All these fears that's holding you back from actually doing what you need to do, you'd have been through way worse than that. Anytime I come up with some fear, I just think back to my childhood. It ain't nothing more scary than that for me. Parts of my childhood are blacked out. I don't even remember them. It'd be people walking up from me from my old projects having conversations with me, and I don't remember who they are. I know it's trauma. So today, what fear do I have? Ain't no fear. What fear do you have? Think. When I met my pops and I really got to know my dad at 21 years old, it probably was the best thing that had ever happened to me. I can't say, appreciate it for the gift. I can't say that, he was the best, but the impact that he had in my life at 21 was good. It's been good. I don't give him enough credit either. I give my mama all the credit because she was the one in the mix with this. It just was what it was. My dad, best friend, he don't look like me. He wealthy, but he don't look like me. I share this story for a very specific reason, because all of it ties together. I remember asking my dad, best friend, what was his net worth. And I remember him telling me, I don't know what my net worth is. The wealth just been in my family for over 400 years. I shared this story yesterday, and it still hit the same right now today when I say it. It blew my mind. I couldn't wrap my brain around, what do you mean you don't know how much money you got, but it's been in your family for over 400 years? what are you talking about? And then I remember a wise man once told me, if you can count your money, you're broke. I started paying attention to just what they do. Between him, his brothers, sisters, they got 500,000 acres of land. I ain't say 5 acres. I ain't say 50. I ain't say 500. I didn't say 5,000. I didn't say 50,000. I said 500,000 acres of land. I ain't never met nobody with that type of acreage. He said to me, because at that time when I asked, he said to me, your dad told me that you bought some land. I said, yeah, we just bought 3 acres of land. You know, that's all. It ain't there like y'all got. You know how we act. We play the stuff down because we want people to give us a compliment, right? So I said to him, you know, like, it's only 3 acres of land. It's only 3 acres. And he was like, what do you mean 3 acres? He looked at me like I had a third eye. So ain't no such thing as no limited amount of land. Whatever piece of land you got is amazing because you make money when you buy land, not when you sell it. Here come another head scratcher. I can't even wrap my brain around what you're talking about, man. What do you mean? If I buy some land today and I'm making money off, it goes up in value. I sell it. I make money, right? Oh man, that ain't how that works. He started explaining to me how many millions and billions of ways to make money off of land I had never heard of, because in my mind, the only thing I can think about is I gotta put me a single family home on it. I gotta put me an apartment complex on it. I gotta get me a gas station on it or some type of shopping center. I gotta put a building on it. When he started explaining to me how much people pay to go hunting, I couldn't compute it. When he started showing me how much these cell phone companies pay to lease your land to put cell phone towers on it, it didn't make logical. I still couldn't grasp it. When he started talking about these solar panel farms, I was like, what the heck are you talking about, man? I don't know nothing about this. Even when he started telling about the lifetime lease that Walmart will do for your land, the lifetime lease that Target will do for your land, I still couldn't compute it. It did not register to me until he showed me how much your favorite grocery store pay for them dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of eggs that they buy from farmers every single day. That's when it clicked. You gotta eat. How do you like your steak? Do you want it wrapped in bacon? It came from somebody's land. I don't eat meat. You're a vegan? Those vegetables came from somebody's land. Think. It blew my mind, y'all. It blew my mind. I said to myself, forget the fact that I'm buying land and it only goes up in value and I'm getting guaranteed money off. The money that I'm making off of the land outside of it just going up in value is insane. Fast forward up to buying 3 acres of this. And I can't say it because I'm on a social media platform that's not friendly for it. But the 3 acres of this, what I'm showing you right here, I bought 3 acres of this for less than 100 grand. Yes, what you just said, Sunshine. Imagine that. Me doing a little bit of research, me understanding that 1 acre of this will produce 900 pounds of this. Oh my goodness. What's up, God? Goodness? What's up? 1 acre will produce 900 pounds of it. I bought 3 acres of it. So if 1 acre will produce 900 pounds of this, 3 acres mean it'll produce 2,700 pounds of this. Mm, 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 mm. That don't mean much to nobody because people don't know. People ain't got a clue. 1 pound of this will produce 20 of these. This thing I got on my back, the thing she got on her back, the thing he got on his back. 1 pound will produce 20 of them. So if I got 2,700 pounds of it, and it's going to produce per pound 20 of these, that's 54,000 of these. 54,000 of these at $20 a pop is $1,080,000. I don't think people hear me. I don't think people hear me. I'm in Georgia, family. That's the part that's scary. So when I hear people telling me all these different things, hey, I need to be betting on the Super Bowl. Hey, I need to be putting my money in cryptocurrency. Hey, I need to be putting my money in the market. Hey, I need to be buying this course. I laugh. You talking to a person that have done these things. And just because it didn't work for me, it don't mean it's gonna work for you. But what I'm saying is, I ain't seen nothing that outperformed this stuff, y'all. And I done tried almost everything. I done tried almost everything, and I ain't seen that outperform it. Think about that. Think about that. This stuff is scary, y'all. Right now, today, I got a piece of land that I'm working with I'm not gonna say company name yet, but I'm working with a cell phone company right now, with getting them to lease out my land so they can put cell phone towers on a portion of my land. I'm gonna say that again for a few people in the back. I'm working with a cell phone company right now. They're gonna lease out a portion of my land. I don't think people get that. What's up, family? Can you send you some money on Cash App? You got to talk to my wife, family. Well, it's not on a portion of land where we live. It's a vacant piece of land. It's like 20 acres over there that we got. We also got 100 acres of pecan trees that we planted. We didn't got our second check from another country. Left out the costs. Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that 100%, because I don't want to mislead nobody. In fact, my people that are on Facebook, YouTube, I'm about to get off on that platform. If you wanna continue to the after party, you can join me on TikTok at Zabo103. For the person that said that in regards to don't leave out the cost, let me help. Let's wait it out. Okay. Well, I was about to get ready to go in there. Yeah, I'm about to finish up. Babe, I'm on live. About to finish up. But for those people that are asking the question of how you do it, don't mislead people about the money piece of it. Let's talk about that. Watch this. All right, other platforms. Jump